Good day, you all. My name is Kathy, and I'd like to welcome you to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. The other day, I made this card using Peddler's Den Making a Scene stamps, and I was just having so much fun that I made another card. And let me know if you want me to recreate this one. I have a barn and a house on a hill and a couple of goats, and made it into like a happy birthday card. And I actually foiled a sentiment down here that I had printed on my computer. And then I was going through them and I found, this was a make and take at one of the conventions. This is a Wolf Windfall mini class. And I bought everything you needed for it, included the things that weren't extra. So today I want to make the wolf with the mountains in the background and turn it into a Mother's Day card. So I'm just going to set this aside just to kind of use this in my mind as a guide, but I'm going to kind of do my own thing. And I'm going to, again, color it with my pan pastel colors. And I'll set those aside for just a moment. Now, the card I'm making today is another 5x7 card, and I'm going to use a cream or an ivory pre-made card that I had. This measures 10 inches by 7 inches, and you score it at the 5-inch, fold it over and crease it. Then I'm going to use a piece of kraft, just to set it off. This measures 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and I'm going to be making a horizontal card today. And then I have this brown polka dotted. I got this at Pat Catan's when they were going out of business. I'm sure other companies sell it. It has a little bit of a raised patterns. This measures 6 1/8 by 4 1/8. And that I'm going to kind of offset so that I have some edges here to work with. And then this is what I'm going to stamp on. And I didn't have a Happy Mother's Day stamp. I wanted to turn this into a Mother's Day card because of the wolves. Now this measures, it's a little odd. If you're cutting it on the Cricut like I did, because I wanted it to write the Happy Mother's Day, it measures 3.8 by 5.8. Or if you're measuring it by cutting it yourself, this is 3 15/16 and 5 13/16. And that will nestle just nicely in that brown. Okay, so let's get started with the stamping. We're going to set everything aside except this, and this is what I need to stamp on. All right, and I'm going to be using VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink today. It works great with pan pastels. I just have to let it dry for a moment after we're done stamping. I'm going to start with putting the wolf on. This is wolf with pups. That's what made me think of Mother's Day. And I want the wolf to be kind of down here. And I've got some double-sided sticky tape. Since these are unmounted stamps, it fits perfectly in here. And I love my waffle flower grip mat. I can't say that enough. And we're just going to stamp that with the VersaFine. And my stamping helper still going strong. Oh, that's perfect. All right, I'm just going to get a wet one just to rub this off real quick, and I'll set it aside and dry them later. Now, earlier I made a mask. I have a roll of this masking paper. It's a sticky back paper that I got from Peddler's Den at the one convention, and I had done that, and we're just going to put it over the wolves. And if you see, I'll try and get it up here, I cut it a little bit narrower than the actual stamped image because I don't want to have any empty blank lines. Now I'm going to put the mountain range. Oh, no, I'm not going to do the mountain range. I forgot. There's this windfall, and this is where the mother wolf is staying. So see if I can get that kind of pictured where I want it. Looks like there. All right. And we'll do that with the ink again. I'm going to do all of this in this black VersaFine Clair. Yes, that has them in the Windfall. So that works out great. And I'll just wipe this off. Set it aside to give it a good cleaning later. Okay, that's the Windfall. And the wolf. Oh, there he is. He needs to go on his package so I don't lose him. Now I'm going to do this mountain range. As you see, I cut out the Windfall, and I only needed to cut the top of it a little bit. And that's going to go here because I don't want the mountain to cover up the tree, because these are downed trees. But I do want that to be kind of right behind the wolf, just like that. I love these Peddler Den. Now that I've been playing with them, this was one of my kid in the candy store syndromes. I just bought everything I needed for this card, plus a few extra pieces that I needed or wanted to make. I didn't really need any of it, but it's so much fun. All right, now it didn't stamp back here very well, so let's see. There we go. Okay, clean this off. Set it aside. Now, there are other parts here. There are some trees. Yeah, this is leafy oak branch. If you turn it this way, it looks like a tree, or if you put it hanging down, the tree is hanging down. So I'm going to put one here, but not over the Happy Mother's Day. I kind of want that to be, let's see if this is going to work, sticking outside of this stamp platform. And it's okay if it goes over the mountain. Let's see. That's going to be a little bit of a Dickens here, getting it with the stamp sticking out of the platform. And I don't want to move it right now. Okay. And I want a little bit of a tree over here, but I'm going to put it down this way. I do want to remove the tree branch, but leave the wolves in place. Okay. Clean that and my fingers off. Set that aside. Now, I had pulled out some other pieces. There's some birds in the sky. I do want to put them in. Let's see, they're flying. We're going to have them flying up here. There we go. Now, there's a little bit of grass. I think I'll put some of the grass down here. Some of these already have the sticky on the back because I used them in the farm scene card that I made. And then clean that just a littlest bit, and I'm going to have to dry that off because I want to use it on the other side here, just above Happy Mother's Day. Put a little grass in there. And it looks really weird now because we've got the, oh, don't do that. And you did that. Okay, so we're going to put it over Mother's Day. It fell. We're going to cover it. Now my Mother's Day doesn't show, so I'm going to have to do a little print and die cut out. No mistakes, just opportunities to create a different design. I think that's all I'm going to stamp on it for now. I don't want anything else on it, so we're going to get my tweezers and we're going to pick off the wolf. There. And Mama Wolves and her cubs are sitting there. I'm not going to use any more of those die cuts on here. Oh, that worked to cut out my Mother's Day. Well, that's okay. Just clean off my grip mat. Okay. Now, while this is drying for a few moments, I'm going to clean off my fingers and we'll assemble the card base here. Not all of it, just we're going to stick the kraft down here. And I've got my Tombow Mono glue. Okay, we'll sit this down with my stamping platform that I made from an acrylic block. We'll put that on there. Now we'll get out a scrap paper and we'll start to color. At the end of this video, I'll turn it off, have the Cricut write Happy Mother's Day again, and we'll put it over top. Okay. Get out my colors here. Let's see, I want a blue and yellow sky background. So it's kind of like sunrise, sunset. I just have some sponges here that I'm going to use to put my colors on with. Some of them I've already used. Oh, there's my blue one. Okay. I'm going to take a pale blue. And the more you rub this color, the softer it becomes. Is this just like, well, they're pastels. It's like a chalk, but this is a creamy smoothie chalk. Okay, now I want to put some yellow. Set the lids aside for now. Okay. I don't want my neon bright yellow, I don't believe, but let's try a smidge just on my scratch paper. Oh, that might work. Okay. We're just going to put a little bit at the back of the mountains, kind of like the sun's starting to come up for the day. My thought, but I'm just going to lay this down first and then kind of go in and soften it. Now I want to add a little bit of a darker blue. Let's try what that one looks like. Yeah, we'll add a little bit of this darker blue just to make the sky look dimensional. Oops, I think I went with too dark blue. That's okay, that didn't look bad either. Now see, if you get it on too thick, you just rub the dickens out of it. And I think we need a little bit of orange added in. Let's try this little orange here. I don't know what color that is. Yes, I think this will work. I'm just going to add a little bit of orange to the yellow. I don't know why I can shade doing this, but I have a terrible time when I'm coloring with pens or markers. Or there. That makes our sunrise coming up over the mountains. Okay, I think I'm done with this color palette. So I'm just going to set that aside for now. The wolves, I'm going to try I think I've got a couple of makeup sponges here. Yeah. Let's see what this color looks like. Oh, that's a good color for a wolf. We're going to go in and color Mama. I'm using the makeup brush to get a little bit finer coloring. Put the color on heavy to her head and then kind of smooth it out. So you don't have to put a whole lot on your brush at all, depending on the coloring and the shading you're going for. I want a little bit darker here because there'll be a shadow on Mama. And we might as well color Baby while we're right here. We'll make Baby a little darker. There's a little baby wolf up here. I'm going to tone him down a little. Finish coloring Mama. Okay, that's all from that color palette, I believe, for now. So we'll set that one aside. These all came in groups. They didn't come like all these greens. I just moved them into like color categories. Okay. I think I have a green brush. I'm not sure which color green I want for the trees. Okay, this one will work. All right, now there's some of the greenery over here. Get too much on, you just mute it down. Okay, now some greenery for the grass, and I think I want to go with a lighter green, and I can kind of, let's see how this one looks. We'll try this one first, and we're just going to go over everything down here with this light shade of green. And you can go right over your tree branch there because I'm going to color that in just a moment. Now there's a vine here. I want to see what this color looks like. It's more of an olive green. And we'll add a little bit of this olive green into this other green. Just kind of giving the grass some highlights and shadows. Now I'll add a little bit of the darker green. Let's try this dark green. Just to tone it down so it's not so bright because the sun's just starting to rise. Okay, now we need to color the trees. I think I might want to save, it's going to be odd, but I might want to save that kind of a gray blue for some on the mountains. For the trees, let's go with this darker brown. Okay, we've got the fallen trees. That one's a little dark, so let's see if I can, there. And I'm going to go down over to the grass. Take that down to the bottom. Oh, we need a little green in there behind the wolves. Okay. Now for the mountain, I kind of want to go with a gray brown combo, which is why I was thinking this. Let's see what this color looks like. Oh, that'll work. Okay, we're going to start with this color for the mountains. Oh, I like that. I actually don't mind that. At least in my eye, that was a good color choice. It's not really blue, but it's not really gray either. It's like a blue-gray. I'm terrible at shades, so unless I know the name on the color itself, I'm not ever going to get it. Let's see. What if I take a little bit of this dark gray and see if I like that? No, I'm going to leave it just like it is. I think I will go over a little bit more and just make it a little bit darker in spots to give a little depth and dimension where the shadows might be hitting. I see I need some green in here. So let's go with the darker green. A little bit more behind the wolves and in between Mama's paws here and Baby's paws. There, I'm going to call that done. I'm liking that. Okay, oops, I'm knocking over my pearls up here. Okay. These are the easiest thing to color with. I am going to clean my fingers off again here because I've got the pan pastels all over them and I don't want to get it on my card. My fingernails have a permanent stain. All right, now this is going to go on this panel. And I like how the color combos go here. You know, I might want to take, no, I'm not. I was going to add a little Perfect Pearls to this in the sky, but I don't think I'm going to. So we're going to put this on the back. That's perfect. Now I want to pop this up. I'm going to turn this over because I don't want to get the color on here. Let's pick up all these brushes and sponges. Pardon my farmyard reach there. Okay, I've got some double-sided sticky tape. It's a fairly low loft. I just want to give a little bit of dimension to this card. Not a lot. I haven't used masks when I'm rubber stamping until just recently. I think I was scared of them. I don't know why. But I bought that whole roll of paper last year at the scrapbooking show. And thinking I would use it. And I haven't used it till now. So it's been 11 months since I bought it. I don't know what I was waiting for. It's just a little piece. We'll throw that in there just because. So if you haven't tried masking, you could use any kind of paper. Just you'd have to hold it in place. But if you've got the masking paper, I know Gina K Designs makes some really good mask. I think she calls it Masking Magic. That would work great. This I know came from the Peddler's Den, and I think I paid $9.95 for this roll. And it's going to last me a long, well, it may last me a long time, but now that I'm having fun with it, it may not last me a long time. But I'm going to save these masks and put them in the folder with the stamps so that, okay, this is all off. When I go to use that particular stamp again, the mask has already been stamped and cut out for me. All right, now this I'm going to put up in this corner. And I said I will redo that Mother's Day and somehow affix it to the top there. Now comes the big part of my bling. This, I love the gold. Like if I take these off of here, I love the gold little sequins. And if I went down maybe every other space down the side. I also have these, and I'm not sure how that would look. That, all the way across would be way too many. I'm thinking I'm just going to go down and put every so often a pearl. Just down this, well, no. 3 down, 1, 2, we'll do 3 down the side and see what that looks like. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to get my little glue bottle wherever it is here. And I'm going to put one here. I'm going to try and keep these evenly spaced. I'm going to put one there. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to put 6 on. At least on here. So I'm going to get these, the strip itself is copper, and I don't like the looks of that. So when you take these off, you're taking them off the sticky strip, so they're no longer sticky. And I'm using my Close to My Heart wax pencil. I love this pencil. I'm going to have to get some of these before they close up for business, because these you can just sharpen and keep on using them. And if this end gets covered in glue, you just wipe it off and start back up. Okay, now the decision. I think I want just 2 over here. That's what I'm going to do. I might have to do 3 because that's an even number. And we're going to put those a little closer together and see how this looks. So I get 3 more off here. These actually, I got when Pat Catan's was going out of business. This is from David Tutora in his bridal collection. It wasn't even in the craft section. It was in the planning a wedding section. So if you go to a craft store, check out the wedding section, because that's where they have a lot of this glitz and glitter and bling that isn't in the craft section. Even Hobby Lobby does that now. And I've haven't been in Michael's for a while, but they used to do it too. See, I need to sharpen my pencil. Get those even. Take off that extra glue here. Okay, I'm going to put this on pause and go figure out what I'm going to do about Mother's Day, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had the Cricut print this out, and it will cover that up. Now, I think I'm going to leave it white, but I'm also of the opinion that I want to color it with the green to match the grass. Let me just take a sample and see. How that would look. No, I think I'm just going to leave it white. All right, so I cut another piece to thicken it up a little bit. And we're just going to cover up our Happy Mother's Day. There. So that's it. The card is finished. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And thank you for watching.